It was hard because being somebody from an ethnic minority, you have a lot of doors closed in your face, and I was on this thing of I've got to lose weight, I've got to be slim, I've got to be slim, and I was running, jogging, doing everything to maintain my weight. But to me, when I'd look in the mirror, although I was very skinny, I would see this big person, and then I wanted to lose weight more, and I'd go to agencies and they'd look at me up and down like this, and they'd say, oh no, sorry, we can't use you, or our client won't use you, you know. And then I did end up with a very suspect agency that wanted me to do some things that were not right, but I was young at the time. But I did have some sense, and I was 17 and I thought, I can't do this. I really can't do this. And then they were saying, oh no, you need to wear, you need to put this on. And I said, well, there's nothing to it, you know. And they were saying, well, if you want the job, that's what you've got to do. And I was like, well, I really love modelling, but not that much, you know. And I remember saying, no, I can't do this. Because I was sitting at the back of my mind, I was thinking, my family are going to see me half naked, not wearing anything, you know, this is going to be, what paper is it going to end up in? And I just said, no, I couldn't do this. But, you know, I kept pursuing and kept pursuing. And then, you know, I got a fantastic break where I done a big shoot for the Guardian newspaper, where they picked me to do this big photo shoot, which was absolutely fantastic. They shaved up all my hair, but you know, I got paid fabulously for it. A lot of work started to then come in, but it still is very hard for ethnic minorities in modelling. And whether that's going to change, I don't know. Even Naomi Campbell spoke about it, because even she said, you know, ethnic minorities in the modelling industry is still very hard up to today, because agencies don't want to use them, don't want to take, you know, ethnic minority models on. They did a spread for Vogue, did a spread about 3 years ago, and what they did, they said they're going to do a spread just on ethnic minority models, and one of the comments they made was, this is not going to sell. We know this is not going to sell. We're going to do it, but it won't sell. The magazine won't sell. And when they did this spread, the magazine flew off every bookshelf, and they couldn't believe it. And it goes to show, just because you're an ethnic minority doesn't mean you can't model or be just the same as anybody else.
Well, picking up from that point then, how is that situation going to change, do you think?
I think it's a time thing, and it's clearly about understanding as well, because people's perceptions are that if you're a model of an ethnic minority, you're not going to sell as well as somebody from a white minority, which we know is just not the right thing. Yeah? If I put on a dress and somebody from a white minority puts on a dress, why is it, and we're both the same, all it is just a skin colour difference. Why is that magazine not going to sell? I don't go out and look at a white model in a magazine and decide, well, I'm not going to buy it because your white model's on it. Do you know what I mean? I buy the magazine because I want to buy it, you know, and I want to read and I want to see. So it's just people's perception and how they see things. And sometimes it can be people's ignorance as well.
I think it's also something to do with conditioning of society. I mean, this is a much bigger issue.
Yeah.
But if you think back, I mean, think back Rubenesque periods, you know, when they're very luscious women.
Yeah.
If you saw somebody like me next to them, they would have thought I was probably dying of some terrible illness, you know. So the perception and the conditioning of that generation was that that is beauty.
Yeah.
We think back to Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah.
What was she, a size 14 or 16 or something?
Yeah, she was a size 16,
Yeah.
but she looked good.
Yes,
Everything
was in proportion.
Everything was in proportion with her. Do you know what I mean? And she, in actual fact, when you look now, you see there's a lot of girls out there who want to aspire to like Marilyn Monroe. You know what I mean? Because she looked fabulous. You know, and the way when you see her on telly, she didn't look massively big, but she was this size 16 woman, but she was just, everything was in its order.
And if I could just add, I mean, that's great. I did a program called Britain's Next Missing Model. I also did Britain's Next Top Model, but there was one called Britain's Next Missing Model. And it was about disabled. I don't know if any of you saw it. It was on a couple of years ago. It was about disabled models, beautiful young women who wanted to do models. And a couple of women had, one was born without part of her arm, and one was in a car accident. You know, there was varying degrees of it. And I remember when they hired me for it, I said, this will never fly. It will never fly, because you can't go to a fashion show most times and have a disabled access to even get in. And unfortunately, I was right. You know, a very beautiful woman won. She was the one who was missing her arm. There was a lot of noise about it, and she was taken on by an agency and everything, and it was great. But society isn't ready for that.
Yeah, but otherwise,
And what is happening, and Matthew said it, it's time. It really is time. And I'm seeing things change.
Yes.
I can't speak so much for the ethnic minorities because it's not an area that but for the weight, definitely. Because it represents far more women than a size 8 or a size 0. So it does take time. But to answer your question, I guess in the bigger sense, it's a combination of things. It's media, predominantly it's media. It's also designers. They think that clothes look better on a waif-like woman.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are men, okay? And that's the reality of it. You'll notice that women designers tend to design with a bit more shape. That's my experience anyway. Because they're women, and they understand that. But men tend to have this perception of this human, I call myself a human hanger, you know? It's like these shoulders, and then there's nothing there, and they believe that clothes drape better on a person that has no shape, you know? And until we get rid of that idea, it's not really going to change very much. And it's the same with skin color and eye shape and things like that. It has changed a lot, I think.
It has changed,
but it's still a struggle.
It's still a struggle, though, especially for ethnic minority models.
And they take on a smaller percentage. Like, for example, an agency may take on 2 people, which doesn't really reflect society.
And they want to pay you less.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Sometimes.
That's shocking.
Yeah, they want to pay you less.